Let's talk about your workspace, aka the office. I'm calling it workspace because not everyone works in an office. But before we get started, today is week 9, day 2 of our 9 lives, taking a look at our 9th life aspiration area, space. We are going to be looking at 3 different types of space that we all encounter in our life, and today is all about your workspace. I'm going to start off by asking you, how does your workspace make you feel? Pretty simple question, right? When you look around your office or your workspace, do you feel calm and relaxed and as if you can focus and function and do everything in a timely manner? Or when you look around your office, do you just see piling systems that aren't working, clutter and paper and things everywhere, and not really sure what to do or how to set it up in a way that works for you? Well, regardless of how you answer that question, I'm going to share 3 things to consider when it comes to your workspace. Number 1 is, most importantly, what's the function of the space? What the F? What the function? What the flow? What the feel? It's a good thing I didn't say the other one. What the is up in your space? Anyway, it could be an office setting, it could be a garage setting, maybe you use your garage for more industrial type things. It could be a basement, it could be the other side of the bedroom. There are plenty of people who have smaller spaces and need to fit an office inside their bedroom, office, workspace. And determining what you were using the space for is the first step in deciding how to set it up. Number 2 is then taking a look at proximity. Proximity as in not proximity to your clients, although that's probably an important part of those of you who travel for work. Taking a look at proximity or placement of your furniture. So for example, if your desk is on the other, if your filing cabinet is on the other side of the room from your desk, the quickly putting things away is not as likely to happen because you have to get up to go do it. And so that stack of stuff to be filed later will end up piling up either on your desk or on the floor because the proximity or the way in which you access that particular system is not convenient. So that's one of the biggest things we talk about. The other thing is, how many workspaces do you have? If you work in a brick and mortar, if you work at a home, if you work out of your car, those are all different components or things to manage or navigate when setting up your workspace. I've actually had a couple clients that I worked with where one of them had a team of people who needed to be able to work out of their car, so we set up a box system that they could take with them that had everything they needed. I've also worked with people who, until we actually talked about it, they didn't realize that they had a workspace or office location in 3 different parts of their home. They had the kitchen dining area where they love to work. They had a little tiny station set up between the kitchen and the living room. And then they had a space on the 2nd floor. And as we were talking about it, I was like, okay, so it sounds like your office is pretty spread out. And it wasn't until talking about that she realized that that's what was causing some of the challenges, was that there was too many places to go. So you want to take a look at proximity and how many spaces you have set up. And like I said, even if it's on the other side of the room, this is going to tie into the 3rd thing, which is the aesthetics of the space. And people so often underestimate the power of color and the choice of furniture and the placement of furniture and the decorative accessories that they use in their space. So this is the other thing that we would want to take a look at is the color uplifting and inviting, and does it make you feel energized and jazzed? I mean, as energized and jazzed as someone who's working can be, hopefully the work that you do is fulfilling. If it's not, that's a completely different life aspiration area. As far as the space goes, I would be, if I told you how many times I've changed my office, you'd probably laugh at me and be like, what? This version behind me is probably the 5th or 6th iteration over the last 10 years of doing different things. And as I grow and as I expand and as things shift for me, my office tends to shift. But this is probably by far my favorite. The last one was pretty cool also, but this one has different color furniture, different vibe, different feel, different tone. The other one was very Asian inspired. This one obviously very beachy, very very open, very airy feeling. So it matters. And these are the 3, at minimum, these are the 3 things you want to take a look at: the function of the space and what it's for, proximity to the things that you need in your space, and having a system set up that works for how you work in your space, and then the overall or overarching aesthetics of it. So these are just examples of workspace. As a person's workspace is as unique as they are, and that's one of the things that I specialize in, is helping people tune into how they operate in their space. So it's not me coming in and saying, here's what you need to do. That's consulting, and that is a part of it. it's determining how the person functions, how it feels, how it flows, how it works, how it's set up. So, at the end of the day, what matters the most is that you have a space where you can focus, where you can separate yourself from your personal life and your professional life, and that you have that break in there so that you can, do your work when you need to do your work, and do family or personal stuff when you need to do family or personal stuff, and even time for self-care. So that's just a little bit about Workspace. I could go on and on and on for days about this particular space, but this is just to give you some things to think about when it comes to your workspace, and to invite you to sit with whether or not this is a life aspiration area that wants attention, needs attention, or is looking for some sort of nourishment, believe it or not. So if you want more information, definitely feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to talk space with people, whether it's your workspace, home space, headspace. I got you covered. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for joining, and be sure to stay tuned for day 3, where we talk about your living space, aka your home. Can't wait to share so much more with you, and we will see you all in the next video.